Welcome everybody. Buenas tardes. Soy el abogado Charles Kuck. Qué gusto en verles. This is Charles Kuck. It's great to be with you today. You know, esta semana ha sido loco. Ya miércoles, la mitad de la semana. Ha sido loco. Biden solamente ha sido presidente por una semana y se parece una vida hasta este punto. ¿Trump quién? No me acuerdo él. Pero hay muchas cosas que están pasando. Voy a hablar today en inglés y español. You know, I can't believe it's been a whole week since Biden was sworn in. It feels like a year, honestly. So much has been happening. Trump who? I don't know who that is. Who? I don't recall. Let's go ahead. I'm going to do this in English and Spanish. I'm going to do Spanish first, then we'll do some English stuff as well, and I'll answer your question. Otra vez, una cosa que quise hablar hoy día es, hay mucha gente que está empacando a cada noticia de inmigración, a cada noticia. Cuando algo pasa, piensa que el cielo está cayendo. Hay que relajarse, ¿ok? Habrá muchas cosas que van a pasar en que vamos a ser exitosos, otros en que no seremos exitosos, pero no son fallas grandes. Podemos arreglarlo. Por ejemplo, el viernes un juez paró parte de un orden de Biden diciendo que no van a deportar a nadie por 100 días. El juez lo paró por 14 días nomás. Lo paró por 14 días nomás. Porque él dijo, mira, la ley dice que solamente tienen 90 días para deportar a alguien. Entonces, si lo paran por 100 días, no pueden cumplir con la ley. Entonces, este orden es incorrecto, pero voy a mirarlo. Okay. El orden es legal, ¿okay? Y Biden puede cambiar algunas palabras y corregirlo. No se preocupe. Pero lo más importante es que las otras partes de este orden, borrando muchas de las políticas malas de Trump con ICE y el corte, son correctos. Entonces, ya sigue todo. Okay, eso ya sigue todo. Now, one of the things that everybody's losing their head over is that a judge in Texas said that Biden's order was illegal, stopping all deportations. Relax. Okay, he didn't say it was illegal. He just said, I need to study this more. I'm going to stop it for 14 days. And he said, look, now I think his decision is legally wrong, but you know, he's a judge, I'm not. He was a new judge, and I'm not. So what he said was, there's a law that says ICE is supposed to deport people within 90 days. And if they can't, there's certain things they have to do. I mean, ICE has extraordinary discretion on deporting people. And basically this memo said, just don't do anything for 100 days while we look at all the policies. Court said, I'm going to look at this again in 14 days. So the best part is the rest of that memo is still in effect, which gets rid of all of Trump's crazy policies. No administrative closure, deporting everybody as far as putting them in deportation proceedings, fighting every case tooth and nail, criminally charged. I mean, all that's gone. All right. And that's all upheld. So relax. Don't worry about it. La otra cosa de que quise hablar era mi argumento el viernes pasado en el caso de Enunciado en California en cuanto a las visas inmigrantes por familia, esposos de residente, niños de residente, padres de ciudadanos, hermanos y hermanas, hijos mayores de edad, casados y no casados, y empleados, los de las categorías EB1, EB2 y EB3, y también por los que ganaron el sorteo de 2021, la DB 2021, y además por los que ganaron y tienen la visa por la DB 2020. El argumento era que el Departamento de los Estados ilegalmente está negando de dar las visas y el orden prohibiendo la entrada de personas con visas es ilegal. Now, vamos a ganar el asunto de las visas, 100% ganamos esto. Pero también hemos ganado esto 6 veces. Ganamos por categorías de personas. Pero este caso es una forma de una acción de clase. O sea, todos van a ser protegidos. No tenemos que añadir más litigantes. No hay que pagar más si ganamos el caso. Y creo que vamos a ganar. Pero también creo que vamos a ganar el argumento que es ilegal lo que dice Trump. No puede prohibir la entrada de todas esas personas sin razón y no tienen razón. No hay razón. No lo hizo. Yo creo que ganamos y el juez, yo creo, está esperando lo que va a hacer Biden el viernes. Viernes, vamos a hablar de esto, es el día de inmigración y probablemente tendremos, en mi opinión, la decisión por el 6 de febrero. No es garantizo, pero creo que sí. Ya voy a hablar inglés. So everybody, of course, wants to know, where's the decision enunciado? So you all know, if you've been paying any attention, that I did the oral argument in the enunciado case in California on Friday. It was a 2.5-hour oral argument, and frankly, it was a lot of fun. The government's maintaining their position that the Department of State can't issue visas and that people with visas can't enter the country, even though Biden's president. I do not expect Biden to change that. I don't. Maybe they'll have a better reason, but I don't think they will. And so we're going to win. Okay. And before I get to that, we filed a class action, which means we have plaintiffs, okay, but we also are protecting everybody. People don't need to throw money at us. We want to help everybody that we possibly can. We're going to win that class action. We're going to get class action status for everybody. I don't have any doubt about that. Or the judge will issue a universal order, but it doesn't matter. Either way, everybody is protected, okay? Everybody's going to be protected. So we're going to win on the issue of visa issuance. He's going to order them to issue the visas. They're required to. There's no legal theory that they can't do it. We've won 5 times on an issue. We're going to win again. The other issue, whether the order prohibiting entry for people with visas. So this is DV 2020 people that have visas. We're going to win that. I am convinced we're going to win that. Now, when? Okay. Well, I think this Friday is Biden's immigration announcement. Big announcement this Friday. Lots of immigration stuff. This is not in it. Biden's not going to change this. They're not. So I think the judge is waiting to see what Biden does on Friday. And then I think by a week from Friday, by February, he understands the urgency. He understands visas are expiring. He gets all that. I think we're going to win next Friday. I do. It would be a major shock to me. I never predict stuff, but we're right on this. We're morally right. We're legally right. We're going to win this. So stop asking me if you can join as a plaintiff. I'm not going to answer those questions today. All right. You can't because we don't need to. Because if we win a class action or we get a universal proclamation, bam, that's it. That's all we need. Everybody's protected. You don't need to throw money at other lawyers. You don't need to give me more money. We don't need your money. We're fighting this for everybody. All right. We have plaintiffs that came forward when we needed them to, and they're the class representatives. Okay. Now, este viernes es el día en que Biden va a anunciar más órdenes ejecutivos en cuanto a inmigración. Now, yo creo que este viernes los órdenes que vamos a ver si tengo algo en cuanto a esto. Creo que tengo una lista de cosas que él va a hacer hoy día. Vamos a ver. Tengo que cambiar esto. Este folder. Ok. Yo creo que hay 4 cosas que él va a poner adelante. 4 cosas. La primera cosa que él va a hacer, hold on, voy a averiguar, la tengo aquí en una nota, pero tengo que mirar la nota about dónde lo puse, ¿ok? A ver, bam. Esto es, va a poner, ¿por dónde lo puse? Yo pensaba que lo tenía aquí. Wow, esa es una, no soy avergonzado, pero la tengo aquí en algún lugar. Y eso no es. Ok, aquí son. Va a poner un orden en cuanto a dinero y esfuerzos para ayudar a centroamericanos. 1. Y restaurar el sistema de asilo. Okay. Segundo, va a mejorar y aumentar el proceso de refugio por los niños cuyos padres están en los Estados Unidos, como lo hizo Obama. Tercero, para tener un proceso que se llama reunificación de familia, pero esos no son todas las familias. Eso es por los niños perdidos por ICE. Y 4, una nota para mirar, un orden, cómo pueden borrar la regla de carga pública. Esas son las cosas que van a hacer. No va a haber nada por ninguna otra cosa, lo que sabemos ahorita. All right, so Friday is Immigration Day again at the White House, and we believe they're going to have four more orders. None of them affect the lottery. None of them affect entry. None of them affect visa issuance. None of them affect the proclamations. First one is on going to the root causes of migration from Central America and trying to fix a little bit of the immigration system, asylum system. 2, recreating the refugee system for minors, children in Central America whose parents are in the United States on TPS. 3rd, creating up a task force to find the parents of the kids that Trump stole. And 4th, a way to how they're going to get rid of public charge, that public charge rule. That's it. There's no other orders coming down. So don't hold your breath on Biden fixing the system. They're not going to fix the system. Okay, let's answer some questions today. Let's see what we got here. Hussein, I got your voicemail. I will call you back. It's crazy. It'll be in a couple hours, okay? Thank you for your help, my friend. By the way, if you're on here and you're listening, you like what you're hearing, would you go to Google and my firm? My firm, as everybody knows, is Kuck Baxter. I'm going to put that up here. So you go to, as you all know, I am Charles Kuck Baxter. Go to Kuck Baxter on Google and give me a Google review. Go on, give me 5 stars. It's okay. Tell them why you like me, all right? Or my firm. We'd love to have you. Some people have been attacking us. This is an opportunity for you to tell people, what we really do for people and not lie about us. We'd appreciate that. All right, let's see. Updates on Daca. Jessica, no updates. DACA's real. DACA's back. They're approving cases. They're granting advance paroles. DACA's alive. What's going to happen in Congress is up to Congress, but DACA's alive. Hopefully, the task force that Biden will get going once he has a Homeland Security Secretary will change DACA. Remember, the person coming in to be head of Homeland Security is the guy who wrote DACA. So hopefully, they'll rewrite DACA to be bigger. ¿Qué pasa con DACA? Con DACA está restaurada. Están aprobando los nuevos casos, las renovaciones por 2 años y también permisos de viajar. Debes aplicar por esto para poner delante su caso. Y yo tengo toda la esperanza que amplíen DACA para mover la fecha de entrada adelante. Manon, my family paid lots of money for the whole lottery process after finally getting the visa. We're stuck here. Well, Manon, then you should thank me because I think we're going to get your family here before their visas expire. And if you do, send me some chocolate, okay? Because I love chocolate. We'll know hopefully in a week or so. All right. Hi, Chuck. You're welcome, Elizabeth. Elizabeth, I love that picture. Where are you from? Eichhoff's kind of a German name. Biden won't remove the 2A category. I don't know if you're talking about the 2A category from the ban. I don't think Biden's going to touch the ban. I don't have any faith that they're going to do it. I don't think even though they keep getting sued and they keep losing, what we need is more press. So what you need to do is tag immigration reporters and send them your stories about the effect of the ban on your family. It's illegal. We're fighting for it, but we need to get the press focused on this. I'm going to be talking to a reporter later today about this from the Wall Street Journal. Hopefully we can get a real story going on this to say, why is he not getting rid of this? This is just stupid. Travel ban already talked about the fiancés. So it looks like we're gonna be filing another fiancé lawsuit. If you're interested in that, if you're interested in getting on the waiting list for that lawsuit, then you should email my colleague Greg Siskin at visalaw.com. I'm going to put it up here in a second. So you can email Greg and tell him you want to be put on the waiting list for the K-1. We're also suing on O-1s again. So if you have an O-1 that you're waiting on, you can't get an appointment because you weren't part of the lawsuit that we won, then email Greg and tell him you want to get on that list. We need about 20 more plaintiffs on that. If you're an OPT and you want to get OPT and you don't get it because you don't have a receipt notice and it's been 3 months, email Greg and get on our list. He's going to have a sign-up sheet for OPT people up shortly. So that's what you should be doing. Si usted quiere ser parte de la nueva litigación por K1, manda un email a Greg a este email. Si quiere ser parte de la litigación por su permiso de trabajo, por OPT, manda un email a Greg y le mandaremos los detalles allá. All right. Can you talk about DED for Venezuelans? Sure. Nothing to talk about. Until USCIS publishes a rule, there's nothing to do. Don't be fooled. Don't be cheated. Don't be robbed. Don't pay money to anybody. There's nothing to do. It's probably going to be another couple of weeks before we get any news on this. Por los de Venezuela que quieren aplicar por DED, por favor, no sean engañados. No, veo que algunos abogados cobrando $3,000 por esto. Es un robo. Es algo que costaría lo máximo $1,000, probablemente 500. Mira, pero no hay nada para hacer. Espere. Tenemos que esperar las reglas. Espere. Gracias. Let's see. I don't speak French, but it looks like thank you. All right. Charles, what would happen if the receiver doesn't issue class certification nationwide injunction? Hussein, then we will add plaintiffs. If Judge Seaborg rules against us, we will sue somewhere else. All right. We'll add, and if it's not nationwide or a class, we will add plaintiffs like it's going out of style. So stay tuned for that. I just don't think that's going to happen. Hola, buenas tardes. Mi hijo está en México y se venció el tax ID. Y llamé para que el cambiarán y me dijeron que el niño tiene que estar presente y no puede ser ya que le estoy arreglando papeles. Yo no sé nada de tax ID. Tendrás que hablar con un contador. Lo siento. Hello, Mr. Cook. I am that person. I follow news. You can hire me to be your assistant. First, you should do it the best and get the visa. I agree. We're going to get their butts here. That's what I've been fighting for. I know they're lawyers. Pay us money, and we'll file magical lawsuits that have no chance of winning. Look, the Gomez case is going on. We're gonna win that case ultimately. We are. Trust the Gomez lawyers. Trust the Acra lawyers. We're gonna win that. You don't need to keep filing money and lawsuits for nothing. All right. And DV, we're fighting for every person, all 55,000. We're not asking for any more money. We don't need your damn money. All right. We're going to do this. This is what we do. ¿Alguna esperanza para las visas asignados que vencen el mar? Yeah. Contesté la pregunta antes. Any answer from the judge? No. DV 2020 interview. No interviews until we win. So hopefully by the middle of February, interviews will start. Any hope for yes, Francisco? I already answered that question. London Embassy still not giving round 2 Milligan interviews. Yet other countries are getting worried. London's always, even during the first set, London was kind of delayed. Carla, I mean, I know for some folks, I know at least one London round 2 person has an interview in February. So again, you need to email Jeff the update on that. And email Jeff because he's sending the first set of the second plaintiffs to the lawyer. So go ahead and do that. Meta, we're not going to hear anything from Meta. If you're talking about March 29th, that's a hearing date. That's not the fun. No. Tengo mi niño de 10 años al cual le aplique para asilo hace 3 años. Hasta ahorita no tiene un permiso de trabajo de 10 años. Por 2 años y ahora hay que renovarlo. Quisiera saber qué pasa si no renueva ese permiso de trabajo que a mi hijo está ahorita tiene 10 años. No hay que renovarlo. I mean, es buena idea de renovarlo, pero no hay que renovarlo. No le afecta en ningún caso. J1 visa ban, that's the 1052. The reality, we have not challenged that. We did not challenge that because it's not as challengeable as 1014. But if you want to challenge it, email Greg and tell him you want to challenge it. And if we get 100 folks, we can file a lawsuit on it. All right. FA, I refuse to consider that anything will happen other than winning. I just can't see a situation in which we don't win. Mr. Cook, would you please expect the judge on Friday? We ordered to allow reissuing visas. Friday. there's no hearing or anything with Judge Mehta on Friday. Did I miss something? I'm sorry, but I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, I don't know what there is on Friday. Nothing as far as I know. We're in the middle of briefing in this case. Yes, KBJ, I have a lot of hope that we're going to win this, okay? Any hope that, yes, I do. All right. You're welcome, man. I appreciate that. A mi aprobación, petición familiar, hace un mes, solamente me dijeron que llenara de nuevo. Y en semana me editaron a mis managers. ¿Por qué? Porque no tengo tax ID. Yo puse la paga. I mean, Oscar es duro de seguir lo que estás diciendo aquí. Lo que recomiendo, porque nosotros estamos haciendo la consulta gratis. ¡Ya! Llame por una cita gratis. Ahí es el número. Y le grabamos. Ahí vamos a hablar. ¿Ok? If you want a free consult, get free consults. 15 minutes by phone. You get this brain for free for 15 minutes. Go ahead and do it. Look, we have 10 lawyers, 12. I guess we have 12 lawyers here. Happy to help out. If you want to come in person or you want to do it by Zoom, we charge for that, but we're here to help. That's what we're doing. Okay. Todas las noticias actualizadas sobre inmigración les encuentran. Oh, yeah, there we go. Hi, Charles. I write your name true. You did. Is there any chance of Biden rescind? I don't see Biden doing it unless I don't really think he understands it. I don't think his people have paid attention to it. Remember, it was issued through the Department of State, and they don't have a secretary. They just got their secretary yesterday or the day before. So again, we need to get press on this. Buenas tardes. When will the embassies open? They're open in some countries. That's a country-by-country issue, all right? But they can all work. The question is, not will they open, but when can they issue these? They can issue these now. They just need to deal with the COVID like I have, like every employer has. They're just being lazy. Buenas tardes. Tal vez no tenga nada que ver con el tema de hoy, pero quiero preguntar si soy residente. Apenas voy a cumplir un año como residente. Voy a hacer mis impuestos por primera vez. Mi esposo está en México, enfermo, quiere cuidarlo. No sé por cuánto tiempo vaya. Amanda, hay un proceso por lo cual usted puede ir por menos de 6 meses sin ningún problema. Lo que debes hacer es llamar por una consulta gratis y vamos a aconsejarte en lo que debes hacer. Why do you think Biden will not remove it? I just don't think they paid attention to it. It's not on top of their agenda. Plus, he's more concerned about COVID. And maybe he thinks banning people is good policy, but it's not, because you can test people. You can put a quarantine. I talked to a guy today, American, who was training a fiance from Hong Kong. And he went there. He has to live in a hotel at the airport for 3 weeks before he can go anywhere. We can do that. 3 weeks is a little excessive, but we could do that. Stop at airports at least. Oh, I think it's going to be stopped, Mervat. I am convinced. Assuming these go well, will IR5 nameplates get appointments priority? No, I don't. Then nobody's going to be priority except for possibly named plaintiffs if the party date's current. All right, Biden dijo hace meses atrás que Estados Unidos volvería a ser un país de oportunidad para los inmigrantes, pero hoy día sigue para nosotros la puerta cerrada. Ok, Marilyn. Voy a aguantar un poco a Biden. Solamente ha sido presidente por una semana. Okay. Si nada pase por tiempo, ok, ya, está perdido él también. Pero hay mucho en su plato. Trump destruyó mucho además de inmigración. Hoy, odio decirlo, pero tengo un poco más de paciencia. Okay. Shelly, buenas tardes, abogado Kuck. Yo llegué el 27 de noviembre 2020. Y a mí se vence mi permiso del 24 de noviembre, pero soy venezolana, tengo pasaporte venezolano y resido aquí allá hasta el día que llegué a los Estados. Vas a tener la DED, Chelly, vas a tener la DED. Pero si usted vino en yo creo que todavía vino con pasaporte europeo, que todavía calificas por la como lo he leído el orden de Trump. Tendrás que esperar hasta que tenemos los detalles. Okay? Elena, you're welcome. Novopaskaya. I love Russian names. They just sound cool. Todos hermanos, vendido cosas para poder salir de Venezuela. ¿Ve? Y todos los países saben cómo está la situación para salir. Y por ejemplo, con una niña de 5 años pasando por las trocas y exponiéndonos a malos ratos, estamos un poco pagando de un lugar a otro la estadía porque cada vez se nos vence si nos remen. Ya, vamos a seguir luchando para ti, Danila. lo siento por lo que estás sufriendo. Me puede quedar para aprovechar los TPS. No sé de qué país es usted. Tiene una bandera canadiense. No creo que damos TPS a los canadienses. You are the GOAT. I love that. Thank you, Francisco. Will this be in Spanish? Jan, I'm speaking English. Jan, come on, English. Do them both. It's good to be both. Expand your horizons. Hablamos los dos idiomas porque sabemos, we know that English is the language of business. Inglés es el idioma de negocio. Pero Spanish is the language of heaven. Pero español es el idioma de los cielos. Eso sabemos. Así es. Thank you. Let's see. Ramesh, when we win Anunciado, that's when 2021 interviews start. We are fighting for all 50,000 visas for 2020, 55,000 visas for 2021. And we're going to ask that they all be issued this year. They certainly can do it. Abogado, si a mi esposo lo estofaron para declarar, pero nunca le llegó ningún papel o recibo, ¿cree que se pasa la forma que debe declarar esto? Well, Jessica, lo que debe hacer, si hay algo que fue puesto por su esposo debe pedir una copia de su expediente. Llámenos y te ayudamos por esto. Chuck for president? Yeah, I should be. Just for a day. Class action include K1. No, K1s are not a class action because there's too much difference between everybody. Class actions, there have to be a single unifying factor, like not issuing visas or not allowing people in the country. K1s are all over the place. Some people are at the National Visa Center, so that's why it's not a class action, Amber. Let's see. I really want to thank you for giving me one. Oh, you're welcome, Nala. I'm trying. ¿Usted cree el viernes Presidente Biden habla sobre... No, María, no habrá un anuncio por TPS por venezolanos, pero hay una propuesta en el Congreso y están luchando por esto. Do you know anything about the HEROES Act 1600 by Maine? There is a paragraph about immigrant visas about extension for 9 days of emergency situations. Yeah, this is Congresswoman Maine. Again, it's a proposal. It's not passed. I don't think it's going to pass anytime soon, but that provision will be in any immigration bill that does in fact pass. Tengo una petición de hermana. Ya me llegó la carta donde tengo que pagar el perdón. Se sigue porque no puedo pagarlo. Well, si no puede pagarlo, no puede ponerlo. I mean, puedes pedir que no tiene que pagar, pero lo que debes tener, Glenn, es un abogado para ayudarte. Esas cosas son muy complicadas. Y si quieres abogado para ayudarte, el mejor modo de hacerlo es de llamar a nosotros por una cita gratis y te podemos ayudar. Hay muchas preguntas aquí hoy día. Estoy buscando. Wow. Man, you guys put a lot of questions in here. Hay muchas preguntas que se pusieron. Oh, y borraron lo demás. Let's see. Big thanks from Venezuela. Hey, from Portland. Chelly, yeah, you go. Yeah, I answered that one. Now I know where I am. Mira, como contesté, van a empezar de hacer entrevistas cuando ganamos el caso de enunciado. Faraz, we are fighting in the Gomez case and the Acker case for DV 2020 for the people from Iran and Yemen and other Muslim countries that were banned from 2017 to 2019. Understand that we're considering another lawsuit for you, but it's very different. It's much more complicated, and it's not going to happen this week. Okay, we will get you word on that sometime in the near future. Let's see. Yes, there's another lawsuit for K1s. You just need to email Greg to get on the list. Email Greg to get on the list. Our plaintiffs in enunciado will generally be handled first if their place in line is reached. If they're not place in line is reached, they probably won't be reached first, but will probably get priority when it is. Okay, let's see. I was denied NIE. Yeah, I mean, Obama, everybody's denied. NIE is very hard to get. It's another problem we need to look at. I think the judge is going to give us a decision next Friday on the 6th is what I'm thinking, hopefully. I'm a plaintiff and I'm again, just hoping there'll be some way we can fight the proclamation. We find things treated differently from spouses. Yeah, well, Joe, we won Milligan. You're getting your visas. You should be able to enter the country. I agree. We'll be working on that next. All right. Luis, vas a poder entrar. Mira lo más antes en el video. Okay, why did the judge stop this? Well, first of all, it's a different judge who thinks he's got more power than God. Again, it's a ban. It's a stoppage. It doesn't really have any effect. So, again, some judges are just bolder than others. Some are bolder than others. Some don't care what happens to them. Let's see. Okay, ¿qué pasa con los 9,000 visas de DV 2020? Hasta ahorita, esa es una pregunta que he puesto al Departamento del Estado y todavía no tengo respuesta. ¿Qué piensas del Gomez appeal? I think we're going to win the Gomez appeal, FA. It was a great appeal, and that's a second chance if Anunciado goes against it, but I don't think Anunciado is going to go against us. Okay. What about people with family-based judge immigration will help us reduce the waiting time? Yes, it will. It will be much, much less. Let's see. Do you think the reason not can't say? Buenas tardes, abogado. ¿Podría hablar qué pasaría con la gente con time deportación? Con esposo, hijos, ciudadanos o papas residentes. Well, ¿está en deportación o tiene deportación? Necesito más aclaración. When will a request to increase numbers of visas be pushed to Congress? It's there now. There's a bill ready to go. But it's more than a question of having a bill. You have to have lots of support. And there's not a lot of support for it yet. We're working on it. This is going to take time. It's probably going to take the rest of this year, honestly. So you just, unfortunately, have to wait for that. We're going to need that. Oh, Carlos, congratulations for your visa. Woo! Firaz, I just talked about that issue. Now the Muslim ban gone. Is there any benefit for AP because the form my advanced PO was given this? Yeah, I mean, Mimi, you should go back to the consulate and say the Muslim ban's gone. Get me out of AP. And if it's been longer than 60 days in AP, you can sue them over that. Absolutely. Can you guide me? Mi esposo lo estafaron. Ya hablé de esto, Jessica. Debe sacar una copia de su expediente. Llámanos por una cita. Ana, como he dicho miles de veces ya, estamos luchando por todas las visas y hay tiempo para dar todas las visas este año. All right. Will you demand guarantee? Muhammad, in case you weren't listening, I did. I told the judge we want all 55,000 issued. Thank you, Sukrab. We're trying, okay? Any possibility to make a petition for my wife from Ecuador? Yeah, Patricio, we can help with that. Just call for an appointment. Llame por una cita. I mean, the only thing you got to do is call the number, make an appointment. We'll get you taken care of, okay? Let's see. I was up here. You guys are just going like question crazy today. Let's see. Christy. Oh, yeah, you got your appointment today. Let's see. I was at 219, right? Let's see. Where are we? Sorry to be lost. There's just so many questions. Do you honestly believe that things will change with the Biden administration? Well, first of all, Jimmy, they have changed. I mean, they already have. So yes, I honestly believe that. If your question is better phrased, will Biden make things perfect and all roses will bloom fragrantly and everybody will sing Kumbaya? No, that's not Biden. That's not his administration. But I do know this. We will not stop fighting. I don't care who the president is. I'll sue all of them. I don't care. We will not stop fighting, okay, until justice is served for everybody. How many people affected by 114? Oh, there's hundreds of thousands. As I said, John, there's probably close to 500,000 people at this point affected by it, all right? Will you bring some plaintiffs to make interviews in any case? Again, that's a case-by-case basis. Let's see. Enter hearing the 9th. There's no hearing on the 29th. I don't know why you think there's a hearing on the 29th. There's a hearing Friday? You know, while you're here, I'm going to look up in Pacer. There's a hearing Friday because I don't have one on my calendar. At least I don't think I do. My wife's having surgery Friday, so I wasn't going to be here. Let's see what's going on Friday. So hearing Friday? Let's see. This always takes a long time to get this information, you know. Ooh, lots of plaintiffs. Go over to the bottom. All right. Let's see. Minute entry. All right. Oh, that's a status conference. Oh, yes, there is a status conference. You know why I didn't know that is because he hasn't sent around any details. All right, 1 o'clock. I don't know what the judge is going to do that day. I think he wants to know what the government's doing. But thank you for reminding me because somehow, it's on my calendar. It's on my calendar. I'm looking up right here. I guess I was just too focused on today. Mi hermana está bajo solicitud de asilo, tiene su permiso de trabajo vencido, tiene que renovarlo, es venezolana. Podemos renovarlo, eso es fácil, es fácil. Llámanos si lo ayudamos. Mi esposo tiene orden de deportación dentro de 2005, ¿qué puede hacer? Ahorita nada, Sandra. ¿De qué país es? De Venezuela, puede sacar la DED cuando se viene. We are new plaintiffs in the K1 embassy in Moscow. Yes, Maria, we know about the Russia problem. That's what we call it, the Russia problem. You know, the reality is the judge will not force the consulate to open. All right. Now, that said, the government's going to have to report to the judge about what's going on. And he's going to say, we can't issue those visas for 6 months. The judge is going to say, what do you mean you can't issue those visas for 6 months? That's not fair. That's not right. Find another way. So we're aware of it. We've told government. We will tell the judge. So that's all we can do at this point. Celi, ya contesté su pregunta. Okay? No, cese de hacerlo. All right. Yes, you guys have been 6,000 visas that will expire. Well, we'll see what the judge says. All right. ¿Qué debemos esperar que los que tenemos visas vencidas? Vamos a pedir que se arreglen. Hay un modo por lo cual ellos tienen derecho de rehacerlo y vamos a pedir esto. All right. Are you requesting Congress? We already have actually a meeting tonight with the Congresswoman, and we'll tell you who, about this to get the rest of those visas. And I think we'll get that bill. We heard from someone that one of our friends in the U.S. will send an email to the Senate of that state for the visas. I mean, anybody in the world can send an email to any senator they want. Doesn't do anything. Usually useless. ¿Tengo el permiso de C10 por 6 años? ¿Puedo aplicar por mi residencia? No. Nicolette says, in Twitter, the visas will. The visas will what, Murad? The visas will. I don't follow Nicolette on Twitter. I don't know what she says. All right. Mr. Cook, are you submitting a request to Congress? We are already working on that. All right. Let's see. The visas will reissue. Visas will reissue. Well, haven't I told you that for months? Yes. Say yes, Chuck. You have told us that for months. So basically, she's saying what I've already said. Okay. Thank you. It's good to have other people parrot me. That's very nice. Will judge be specific to plaintiffs that are current in the VB? What about those that are not current? Again, we don't know. I don't think the judge is going to be that specific, honestly. They haven't been in the past. All right, well, we'll see what the government says. We've sent the questions. In fact, I'll follow up today and find out where they are. Acabo de recibir la buena noticia que mi perdón fue aprobado. ¡Yay! ¿Cuánto más en Brasil? Well, Trevor, están cerrados los consulados en Brasil. Meses, a lo mínimo 6 meses. Debes hablar con su abogado por esta pregunta. Guys, don't spam. Thank you, Sam. I get to them. Thank you. Thank you, Sam. Let's see. A lot of the same questions here. I'm in the States with a valid H-1B, but need to renew in July. I will need to travel to Europe in the summer for work. I wonder if I will be able to get a new stamp. Mackenzie, you're fine. You can get a stamp. You don't need an NIE. You can come back. Now, can you get an interview? Depends on your country. If you go into a country that's basically under lockdown, you have a hard time. Some countries do allow reissuance by mail, so you need to look at that. I suggest talking to your lawyers about getting it done, but you shouldn't have any problem at all. Let's see. Next status conference. There you go. Thank you, Ahmed. So, hey, you guys could all call in and listen. One of the cool things in Enunciado is everybody got to be on Zoom with the judge. This time you're just on a phone call with Judge Mehta. All right. Let's see. Case is not current. I think you're going to get pushed to the front of the line, Hashim. That's what I think. All right. Let's see. ¿Con cuánto tiempo de anterioridad se puede aplicar por la ciudadanía? 90 días antes de los 5 años se cumple, Maciel. Okay. Muchas gracias por su arduo trabajo. Sí, es arduo. Me duele la espalda. I'm a Daca recipient. Before Daca's granted, I have a deportation order. Can I apply? Yes, Hugo, you should apply. You will have no problem getting it and no problem traveling. Let's see. Any hope to overcome the deadline? Oh, all right. Mustafa, I talked about that before. Okay. Let's see. There is no clear vision about your plaintiff's decision. I have no idea what that means. None. I have no idea what that means. I'm sorry. Yes, I know the embassy in Egypt is closed, but they'll be forced to open if the judge says they have to issue visas. ¿Cuándo vienen las reglas de DED? Yo no sé, Shelly. Okay. Ojalá en las próximas 2 semanas. I do think enunciado will be a class action. DV holder, how do you get a national interest exemption? Carolina, I think this would be a national interest exemption. You go to your consulate. They have a process on their website for how to apply for NIE. Apply. Just follow that rule. Let's see. When does DV 2021 start? I'm assuming the interviews. I don't know. When we win. Our visas expire in March. I already answered that question. When do you expect the final decision? I already answered that question. Disculpa, abogado. Es que tengo buena señal y escucho. Well, es grabado. Puedes ir al principio de re-escucharlo. Hossein, is there any way for DV 21 studies? We're in the U.S. under valid student visa now. No, Hussein, you can only file for adjustment when the next month's visa bulletin says you are current. So as soon as you hit current, file that adjustment. Okay. Let's see. For those that got their tourist visa but they couldn't fly to the because of the travel ban, yes, they will. I think they will. They're issuing visas. Go back and get the visa and then come in. Yes, Emma, there is a new lawsuit to join, and all you got to do is email Greg, email the man. He put you on the list, okay? Let's see, that was, are there any way to be more plaintiffs enunciado? We don't need more plaintiffs. It's going to be a class action. I am convinced of that, or it's going to be a universal proclamation. Either way, you are protected. You don't need to send money. Now, if you feel the need to send money, go ahead and send me a Venmo, okay? But I think that would be kind of stupid. Really. I don't want your money. Ask your questions in English. Hey, Mina, está en los dos idiomas. Mina, it's in both languages. It's okay. We're talking both languages. Muchas gracias por responder mi pregunta. La buena dice que usted y su equipo es muy abogado. Hey, Kleber, chévere. Okay. All right. You are great. Yeah, my wife thinks so. When do you think of a chance to hear? Well, as soon as we win. First of all, I already answered this question, all right, from 9 other people for the last 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 8 weeks. It's a class action. We're going to get all these visas. How long after the first DUI can I apply for citizenship? 5 years. 5 years from any DUI. All right. What will happen to the DV-22 refused by Muslim men? Well, we're going to ask that they be re-interviewed and actually probably bring that up with the judge on Friday. Any news on the 3 and 10 year bars? No, they're in Biden's bill to get rid of them, but they got to pass Congress. All right. All right, Chuck. Thanks. Thank you, Akram. George, thank you very much. No perfect word. How much we owe you last week. Thank you. Well, thank you, George. I appreciate it. It was a lot of fun to argue. What are your expectations Friday? I don't want to say publicly my expectations, okay? Because the government may be listening. What I would like, however, is the government to say, Judge, we were wrong. We're going to issue every visa. We're going to reissue every visa, and we're going to let everybody in the country. That's my wish. Will that happen? Probably not. But I can tell you this. I will aggressively advocate for all DV 2021 winners and more than the 9,000 visas allotted by Judge Mehta previously. The government has acted in bad faith. They continue to act in bad faith. They don't deserve to benefit from their bad faith. I don't think Biden is, by the way, opposed to removing the ban. I just don't think he really understands what's going on. Iranians, if you've got a visa issued prior, like a visitor visa, and it's expired, go get your visitor visa. And if you were put in administrative processing on a case, go in and ask for your visa. They shouldn't be doing it anymore. And 1052. I'll just, this will be one of the last questions. We have not litigated 152 per se, right? Per se. But we're open to it if they don't drop it quickly. I mean, I didn't expect them to drop it right away because it has to be dealt with in the context of COVID, right? So what they should do is this, new order. And before you can come to the U.S. on any visa, you need a negative COVID test within 3 days of entry. You need an immediate COVID test upon landing in the United States. You need to then quarantine for 10 days in the United States. That's what I think should be the ban, okay? That's what most normal countries are doing. So, but I don't know. I mean, I don't run their policy shop, so we'll see what it does. How long for my husband to see there for a sister? She asked from an 01. Angelica, if your husband is from Mexico, probably another 8 or 10 years, okay? But, Angelica, if you're a citizen, you can sponsor your husband's green card. Now, what are you waiting for? If your husband has an employer could sponsor him in a couple of years. What are you waiting for? I have an American son who's 10 and living with my ex-husband who's on political asylum petition. I interview cast because it's a ban for F1 with my mom. Is having been able to see myself for 2 years considered an exception to the ban? No, it's not. I'm so sorry to hear that. Doctor, nosotros aplicamos por una visa religiosa fue negada. Podemos aplicar por DD. Yeah. Si está aquí. All right. Thank you for helping DV20 We're working on it. All right. Thank you, Chuck. Idea of a country cap. Country cap, again, it's not going away anytime soon, but country caps will disappear if Congress does get around to reform of some kind. And finally, Joseph, I will answer the question I started the whole thing with. I don't know. I don't know. I hope next Friday for Annunciado. Thank you, everybody. You're awesome. Again, we are doing free consults. Free consults. You call for a free consult. There you go. It's right here. I'm here. I literally talked to you 15 minutes. You can pick my brain on any immigration question you have. I've got the brains of 12 other lawyers here ready to answer your question. So until soon, I'll probably do something on Friday. My wife is having surgery Friday. So I will be calling it to the judge from the hospital, which is going to be kind of crazy. I'll do a Facebook Live. Hopefully I'm not from the hospital later that day to give you an update about what happened. I'll also put on Twitter the call-in so you can all listen to the hearing from Judge Maynard for DV 2020. It's a DV 2020 only hearing, so don't, for me at least, I guess it's for other people, it's for others, but for me it's only DV 2020. If you have any questions, again, you give us a call. We're happy to help out. You can email us by visiting our site. And thank you, everybody. And God bless my wife, too. You guys have a great day. Bye-bye.